What's good, Chaotic Nation? It is your boy Chaos here, and we are back with the team builder for Week 2 versus the Mew York Mets and Coach Super Mew 9001. So I'm on his sheet. We're going to take a look at what his team looked like last week, and we'll see what we want to do for a team this week. So looking at his team, he's got Mew, he's got Mega Latias, both really good tier 1s, both psychic types, so that is something to take into consideration. He's got a Snorlax Superior, Entei, which is very powerful choice band user, potentially. Comfey, which is annoying with its abilities to heal up before it gets taken out. He's got Porygon 2, because we traded beginning of the season. He's got Scizor, Medicham, Lapras, Gramble, and Weezing. So he's got some big power threats. Obviously, the ones that stand out to me are Mew, the Mega Latios, Snorlax, the Entei, definitely the Medicham. It's something not to be underestimated. Maybe the Snorlax and, maybe the Scizor can put in some work, but P2 is one of his standby brings, so that is something else that we are going to be taking a look at. As of last week, he lost last week 0-4 against Ender Mewtwo, which both really good battlers, and it just turned out to who got the first chip on the other person, so really it was a good match. It was pretty close despite the score, so I can't really say much there. But he has 12 Mons that can do a lot of work, and having that ICMZ as well as a second as a Z Crystal, yeah, that's kind of I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really have a whole lot weak to ice as far as I'm concerned. Maybe he brings it for my my Latias. Maybe that's the play he brings, but really there's not much else that he's going to be using that thing for. So what team of 6 do I expect him to bring? I definitely expect to see the Mega Latios. I think it's just too good not to come. I think we see Snorlax, because it really is a good wall against my team. I think we see Superior, in case I want to bring like the Quagsire or something like that. Entei's definitely coming, so those 4 in a row right there. Comfey probably comes, and then his last slot is really a big toss-up. So I definitely could see Porygon 2 coming. I don't think it does, though. I think he realizes that I have a very good Hitmonchan in the back for it that I might be bringing this week, so maybe don't bring that. Scizor, it's a fire team, so I'm pretty much a sun team set, so there's no reason really to bring the Scizor. Medicham could put in some work, but again, you gotta look at running, do you really need the Medicham? And I definitely think the Lapras is a consideration. I have had so much trouble trying to prep for the stupid Lapras that's not even freaking funny. So I'm gonna say, although Superior might not come either. So I'm probably gonna go with the 6 I'm gonna predict is Mega Latios, Snorlax, Entei, Comfey, Medicham, and Lapras. Those are the 5. Those are the 6 I expect him to bring. I don't know how this Lapras is going to run since it hasn't come yet. It's a tier 5, which I don't think anyone's used in the past. So I'm very interested to see how it's brought if it comes. The Medicham, obviously, I know how that works. I used it for a season. I got destroyed by it the season before, so I know how it works. It's probably going to be Choice Scarfed for offensive moves. With high jump kick, probably Zen Headbutt, and then 2 coverage moves. Probably, I don't think it would be Ice Punch. Probably, it might be Ice Punch actually. Probably Ice Punch actually, yeah, because I do have some flying and dragons on my team. So probably Ice Punch, and then maybe I don't know, Rock Slide, Rock Tomb, something like that. I don't know. Definitely see the Comfey being annoying to my team. Try another way to deal with my my very fast Dragon type Mon, which you just use Draining Kiss and destroy me. So that's obvious play. Entei is incredibly powerful, especially choice banded. It doesn't even need to be choice banded. It's a tank. So we have a strategy. I built a strategy for that specifically. And Snorlax just good wall, just to sit there. It could have immunity, so that is something to note. Which would not allow it to be poisoned. And then Mega Latios, just incredible. So let's take a look at what team I have built. I don't actually have this up yet, which is great because I am totally professional. and totally thought about, you know, hey Chaos, you know, you're gonna do a battle today. You're gonna do a team builder. Maybe you want to pull that up. So let's take a look at the team. We are again bringing Florida Gator, my man, the Feraligator. This thing is just, I don't know. I'm really glad I picked it now. I wasn't expecting to, but it is proving to be a really cool mod on my team. It's got leftovers for that extra recovery. It's got sheer force as always, because Torrent's not a great ability. We got Crunch, Liquidation, Dragon Dance, and Ice Punch. So I am a Dragon Dance set this week. I am a setup set with Feraligator, and that's what I really needed to do. There's not much it sets up on, and I honestly don't think a whole lot of the things I can set up on are going to come. So it's basically going to be Predict Switch and try to get a cheeky Dragon Dance here and there. So that's going to be the main play of this. Run a max attack because I need the attacks. I need the attack. I just need it. I got defense, so I'm a little bit offensive this week, so I can take some shots. Really, that's going to be dealing with a lot of his strong physical attackers like the Snorlax and things like that. And then I have a little bit of speed just to outspeed some of the things. It wasn't really too necessary, as I didn't really outspeed much, and really the set only truly works if I get a Dragon Dance up. So getting one Dragon Dance puts me outspeeding pretty much everything. I think I calced it to where I can outspeed the Medicham if I'm +1. So if I get one Dragon Dance up on this and Medicham comes in, I can just crunch it and it's dead. So I don't have to worry about that. And the Florida Gator does well again. It can fight Mew again. It depends on the Mew set. Mew has a very wide move pool since it can learn every TM and HM. So it depends on what he brings, but it probably can take it out. It beats Mega Latios at +1, although if it has Thunderbolt, which I do expect it to bring, yeah, it's not going to be good for me. It's just going to one-pop me. It can beat Superior at +1, which is crazy to think about, but Ice Punch would one-shot at +1, which is cool. It beats Entei. This is a big counter to Entei right now. He's going to have to choice band into something. And honestly, if that Entei's set up into something, I lose something, and I can switch in this thing, I can get a Dragon Dance up and maybe potentially sweep with Feraligator. So I think this is something that's going to be ending up in the back, something I'll use later on in the match and not right off the bat. So it is there. It can beat the Scizor. It's got a set up on the Scizor though, so that's that calc. It has to be +2 on the Medicham. There's my calc. It has to be +2 so it can destroy it. Then it can beat the Gramble, although Intimidate is going to be a little bit of a hindrance to my attack on this mod. Next up, we got the Gardevoir. And I've got the Expert Belt again this week, running Trace. Trace is not as it's basically the exact same set as last week. Just some differences in the move set. So I got Moonblast, Psychic, Wish, and Heal Bell. This is going to be a really cool mod to bring. I know he likes to use the Toxic, especially if we're going to see like the Snorlax. If we're going to see the Porygon 2 come around. He likes to stall out at the end, and he's won a couple matches that way. So I have known that. I'm going to bring Gardevoir and try to keep Gardevoir healthy. So Gardevoir then will use the Heal Bell, get rid of all the Toxic. I can Wish, I can heal back up, and I can just keep chucking Moonblast and Psychic at the opponents. There's really, I don't think there's anything on his team. In fact, let me check real quick. I don't really think there's anything on his team that's going to resist both stabs. Scizor is the one check that really is a hindrance. That is it. Everything else, really, we can just deal with. So Gardevoir is really good again this week. And then Expert Belt is just going to get more power behind the moves, so that's great. Trace, mostly there, I think, for the cheekiness of maybe seeing what some of the abilities are of the opponents. Maybe, you know, doing some wacky things like that with pressure on Entei if I have to do that. It's got some options, and I think Trace is going to be the best ability. I think Synchronize would work too, but I kind of like Trace. I might change that up. I'll see later, but right now it's going to be Trace. But Synchronize does have its abilities too, and I'll think about that a little bit more as I'm getting ready for the battle. So yeah, Max, I didn't give it a nature, which is bad. I'm pretty sure it's a special attack. I'm pretty sure it's modest. So yeah, max defense, max special attack. Gonna destroy a lot of things, be powerful. It is a little bit slow, and that's what I'm a little worried about, but we should be able to be okay. So this can beat the Mew, depending. Beat Mega Latios, which is great. It can beat Superior as long as it's at half. It can take on Comfey, although I really don't want it to because of the Toxic. It can take on Porygon 2, again, Toxic. Don't really want to take it on that way. It can beat Medicham. It can beat Granbull. It's a little dicey, but it depends on the moveset. And it does beat Weezing. So I really wanted this thing to come in, so I had a way to deal with Weezing, because Weezing is a big threat if I don't deal with it. But I have other options in the back. Next up is Zapdos, our Big Bird. I'm bringing basically the same team as last week, apparently. But I'm bringing Big Bird, our Zapdos, with Leftovers and Pressure this week. He's got Discharge, U-Turn, Heat Wave, and Roost. I went with U-Turn because I wanted the extra option of being able to use a different move. He has a couple of Psychic types. That's the type. He has a couple Psychic types, so this gives me the ability to hit them and get out, as well as they're all faster than me, so I don't have to worry about doing a hard switch and taking damage when I switch out. And also, it just gives me a way to have some utility in my turning, so that way I can keep the edge on my opponent if he's going to try to bring in something that's going to destroy my Zapdos. I U-turn out. He can't. He's in a bad situation. I have not calced anything with this, so I have to go back and do that. But I'm 82.5% sure it's a very defensive set, because I know that's how I build my Zapdos this week. So it's probably max HP, probably about 168 defense, and then the rest would hit the special defense side, which is probably about like 80, 86, something like that. But yeah, Discharge, U-turn. I chose Discharge this week because I wanted the Paralysis. I think Paralysis is really good for me. It has a 30% chance to get to paralyze something. It lowers the offense on that by 10 points. For the standard base power is 70 on this, and Thunderbolt's 80. So I think I got that. Yeah. And so that's kind of cool. I got Heat Wave just as another coverage for some of these, for like the Scizor and things like that. So and then Roost to heal, obviously. So Zapdos can beat the Mew, question mark, maybe, I don't know. It depends on the set again. Mew and Snorlax are two of the mons I have to really scout the sets for before I just fire at them. So that's something to note. Superior again at half it can take, although it is a decent check to Superior, as long, like, if it gets set up, we have to pretty much go into this thing and, you know, hope that we can live a hit or two. It also beats the Scizor, as mentioned. It can take on Medicham, it can take on Lapras, although those two are not favorable matchups, they just work. So, it's a little dicey. And then it can also beat Granbull, so that's a good check for Granbull there for me on my team. Next up is Banka again. I'm bringing literally the same team, guys. I apologize, but you know, these are just good mons. So we got Psychic, Dragon Pulse, Recover, and Calm Mind. Leftover set. It is a special offense and special defensive mon. So it's basically calced to beat his very offensive special attackers. So if that Mew decides to come special, if the Latios comes, this is actually can beat it, which is crazy to think about, that a non-Mega Latios can beat a Mega. Non-Mega Latios can beat a Mega Latios. It's crazy. So that's why I'm running Dragon Pulse over like something like Ice Beam. I really need that power. And Psychic's going to just hit everything else, so I'm not too worried about that. And yeah, we're Calm Mind to set up. So if I get Latios set up, there's a few things I can set up on, like Mew, Mega Latios, or Medicham. All the Psychic types, I can just set up on them, make my Latios absolutely a tank, and just destroy something. So if I can get Latios set up this week, I think that would be a cool way to win too. It's probably something that's not really expected, because I've run Latios last week defensively. I tend to have a defensive team, and I probably would have run this thing defensive, but I need it to be a pseudo-offensive mon as well. So that's why you see the split in attack and defense. I don't really need the speed stat. We're not going to outspeed anything that we need to outspeed anyway. We're faster than everything else, so no speed, no investment, just makes it so we can deal with stuff. I gave it a bold nature. It gives us a little bit more staying power against things like the Medicham, just in case he has like knockoff or something, which I pray he does not have knockoff, which he probably does. So that's going to be bad for me. But hopefully we can just deal with it, and that would be great. Latios deals with the Mew, deals with Mega Latios, can deal with Superior. It can go against Comfey, although it's a little bit risky, because I have to be able to destroy it basically from full, and it's not looking too great. It depends if I'm set up or not, honestly. I take Porygon 2. Toxic is something I gotta worry about with that. It beats Lapras at +2. That is something I really struggled with, beating Lapras +2, so there it goes. It can beat Gramble, and it also takes on the Weezing. So that's a really cool way to see that. Next up is my boy Statue, the Rhydon. I finally got to bring my Rhydon. Look at that, Tui. I brought it. It's got Eviolite. And I think why did I give it Lightning Rod again? I don't know. I think it doesn't really have a moveset that I really want. I didn't change it. I didn't give it any EVs or IVs or anything. Yeah, I didn't change anything. I just gave it the moveset. But I probably... Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really matter what I give it, honestly. Because none of these abilities are going to help me out. But I'll just give it Rocket. Why not? So this is a more defensive kind of guy, if I feel like it. I think he's more physical, more of a way to deal with that. I have to check my EVs and my spreads, because obviously I didn't do it. I didn't do it on here. I did it on my calcs, but I didn't do it here. So it's got Toxic, Stone Edge, Crunch, and Superpower. This is just a utility mon just to deal with some stuff. I thought about bringing Stealth Rocks. I really wanted to bring Stealth Rocks. I actually had my Torkoal on my team to bring Stealth Rocks, and I decided that it wasn't useful. There was really nothing on his team that's really weak to Stealth Rocks. Scizor takes a little bit of damage, but again, it's neutral since it is a Steel type as well. So there's really not much on his team that's going to take a lot of damage from Stealth Rocks. Yes, it's good for the chip, but there's nothing like that Dragonite last week where I have to chip it down so I can destroy it. It's more of, hey, I doubt somebody's going to run a Focus Sash besides maybe the Medicham. Let's just bring Toxic instead, and we can chip things down that way too. So that's what I decided was the better play, and that's what I brought. I got Stone Edge for Stab, Crunch for the Psychic types we have to deal with, and then Superpower helps me deal with that Snorlax. So with this moveset, Rhydon is a good matchup against, well, it's okay against Mew. It depends on the set again. Mew is just wild card out there. It can beat Magia Latios at half its health because it basically two-shots me, and it's not great. It can take on Snorlax depending on the set. Again, I'm not really locked into a move. So the fact of I'll probably use Crunch trying to get that defense drop and then punch it with Superpower at the end just to try to get rid of it. It's my main counter to Entei. Now I know I said Feraligatr was my best counter to Entei, but this thing actually walls it. It cannot touch me. The only thing with its fire type moves, if it has Stomping Tantrum, it's going to be a pain in the butt. But we can still live it, and we can still one-shot it with Stone Edge as far as I remember. So it's a good way to deal with the Entei, and I really needed that in my team. So yeah, that's why it's here. That's pretty much the main reason why it's here. It's a way to deal with Entei again. It's not my Feraligatr. And last but certainly not least is Dallas, our Arcanine. Now guys, this is the one and only match I'm going to bring Arcanine in, because if you look at my draft sheets earlier in the video, you saw that I have traded away Arcanine for Excadrill starting next week. So this is the one and only match that the Arcanine is going to be in. I really taken a look at this match. Let me just address this really quick. Taking a look at this match, there really wasn't anything for me to do. I got 4 of my Mons done, and I really did not know what to bring. The rest of the Mons didn't really do well against anything, and it was kind of just picking niche situations to fill my last couple slots. So I thought that looking at the matches I have in the future, I don't have a Steel type. I thought Excadrill would be really good. I have Statue, but it's more of a defensive. It's more of a wall than it is a offensive powerhouse, like a speedy offensive powerhouse. So I thought maybe grabbing that Excadrill, giving me a Steel typing, giving me another offensive ground Pokemon would be really good for my team, and so I will do that. I have some plans in the future for some other potential trades, so stay tuned for those. But as of right now, I feel like this is the right play for the team. I really wanted to use Arcanine this season, but it just doesn't do what I need it to do on the team. It's just a hair too slow, it's a touch too slow, and it's not powerful enough. So if it had more defenses, like if it was 100 in both defense stats, I might be able to keep using it. If it was 105 speed, it would be a good mod, but it's just I have a little bit off on my stats that just make it not usable in the way I want it to be used. Now, I love Arcanine. It's a great Pokemon. I apologize to anyone who's not happy that I'm getting rid of it, but it's the best thing for the team, and in Draft League, you got to make the best choices for your team. So we'll see how it works this week, because it is the only week I'm bringing. We got Dallas here. We got that choice band, because I need the offensive power. As I said, if I had a little bit more power, it would be great, and here it is. I got Intimidate, to deal with his physical attackers, mostly the Entei, the Medicham, those kinds of things. I got Flare Blitz, Crunch, Close Combat, and Extreme Speed. Of course, I have to bring 4 offensive moves. I don't really have to, but I'm going to because I'm locked into one of them with Choice Band. So that's great. I am Max Speed, Max Attack, Adamant Nature, boosting that attack stat a little bit and giving a little bit to that special defense. So this Arcanine is going to be a very offensive wall breaker set. I'm just trying to destroy some of his walls, get rid of that Snorlax, chip it down, take out that Comfey, bring it down. Take out like the Mew if it's defensive, take out the Mega Latios if it tries to set up on me. I have some options here in this thing. And that's why it's around. So with the set, Arcanine can beat Mew and Latios depending on the sets. Again, it can beat Snorlax as long as it's under 3/4 of its health. The calc runs about 76%, the minimum. So as long as it's about 75%, we're gonna be able to take it out. What else do we have? Superior beats, that just gives him another way not to bring Superior, which I really think it's good against my team, so I'm happy. I hope he doesn't bring it. He's got Comfey, it beats Porygon 2, it beats Scizor, it can take on Lapras. It's a little risky, but it can. That's why Close Combat's on the set. It can deal with Lapras. It can sort of take on Gramble. Of course, the Intimidate drop is not good, so if we switch in on it, we're okay, because we also Intimidate with the Intimidate. And then it also can take on Weezing. Sort of. It's not a great matchup, but as long as he's not toxic and mean, we're fine. And that's really what it is. So that's going to be my team for week number 2 versus the New York Mets. As I said, guys, this is a very hard team builder for me to make. I didn't really have a lot of answers for his team, and I realized that this week. So I'm starting, as you can see, I'm starting to make changes to the team, starting to build new things into the team to make it work. So that is going to be the plan. We're on a rebuild period. Hopefully, I'm not too far behind that I can get into the playoffs, but I'm going to try my best every single week to try to win, to try to keep our streak alive, and to get us to the playoffs. So we have a very interesting week. As you know, I really got to win next week. Next week is the one I have to win because it's a division matchup, and that's more of what I don't want to be focused on it, but I'm sort of in that mindset that, yeah, I got to beat Tackett next week. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I just got to do it. So this week is going to be a hard battle. And, you know, I'm just going to go in there. I'm not expecting to win. I really am not. Mew's a great battler, and I don't have a team really to take him on. He's got answers for everything I have. So it's going to be play smart, play slow, play correctly, don't mess up, and just get a good tactical win or a tactical victory this week in just making sure I'm making the right plays, making sure I'm doing the right things, and ultimately, you know, as I said at the beginning of the season, I'm trying to beat my goals. Draft a good team, which is okay. It's a little faulting right now, but we're fixing that. We're fixing that. Have a good team builder. I think we have a pretty good one, guys. It's best I have for the options we have. And then we got to focus on goal 3, which is win the game. I definitely don't think the 6-0 is going to happen, but, you know, miracles happen sometimes, guys. I don't know. But we're focusing on that win now, and I'm just going to play smart, play tactical, and hope that somehow the RNG gods bless. That's where I'm going to wrap it up this week. Sorry, something in my throat. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys check out all the coaches whenever I post their links on the screen when we battle them. Check out their channels to see if they did their matches or not. And let me know what you think of them. As well as let me know what you think of the team in the comment section down below. If you think we brought the right team, you think something else would have been better. Hindsight's always 20/20, so if you've watched the match, you come back. Please don't be that guy and be like, you messed up this play. No, don't be that guy, please. Just, you know, let me know now what you think if you want to tell me something. But yeah, it's matches tomorrow at noon. So be there, be square, friends. And the Detroit Red Wings is going to try to go 2-0. Let's see it. But, you know, as for me, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button as well with the notification bell turned on so you never miss an episode of the PDL or any other series going on my channel. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, my name is Chaos, and I'm signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up.